Hi, I'm Evil Mason, and this is Cinema Rewind. We take a look at movies 5 years back and beyond. It's Alfred Hitchcock month, so we're examining some of the legendary director's finest films. As we get closer to Halloween, the movies are going to get a little bit creepier. Today we're talking about the 1963 movie, The Birds, starring Rod Taylor and Tippi Hedren. Why aren't you wearing a costume? I don't know, we've done the costume thing for like 2 weeks now, and I'm just kind of over it. Aw, come on, that's no fun. Well, you're no fun to be around, so, you know, there's a little play thing happening here.
The plot.
Melanie, a wealthy city girl, runs into Mitch wanting to buy some birds. She sees something in him. I don't know what she sees because he's kind of a jerk.
Well, you knew I didn't work here. You deliberately...
Right, I recognized you when I came in. I just thought you might like to know what it's like to be on the other end of a gag. What do you think of that?
I think you're a louse.
I am. Good day, Miss Daniel. Madam.
She follows him to a small island and drops off the birds he purchased. She takes a small boat across the way and delivers them to his door. On her way back, she gets attacked in the head by a seagull. Mitch sees this and takes care of her. While Melanie is there, she meets a local school teacher. She decides to rent a room on the island. More bird stuff happens. 1. A bird crashes into a door. 2. A bunch of birds attack a birthday party, and after everyone goes home, 3. A giant flock of birds violently shoots through the chimney of the house. 4. Some birds attack a neighbor. And 5. Birds attack a bunch of school children. There are more birds attacks, and then some explosions. Then this happens.
They said when you got here, the whole thing started. Who are you? What are you? Where did you come from? I think you're the cause of all this. I think you're evil! Evil!
And the Oscar goes to... Mitch and the rest of everyone heads back to the house, where more bird attacks happen, leaving them scared for their lives. Hooray!
The good stuff.
Hitchcock knows how to get inside your head. Although this film might not be that scary for modern audiences, it still packs a punch, especially in the final third of the movie where Tippi Hedren's acting really shines. People were genuinely afraid of birds after this movie. Hitchcock wanted you to be afraid of birds, and it worked. There's a scene where people are talking about the attacks and a bird expert comes up and says, basically, birds are too dumb to team up like that. She gives the technical details. You know what happens next? The worst bird attack in the entire movie.
Well, don't you see, a nightmare is very vivid. And I've always taken great care to be accurate in all detail, no matter how fantastic the situation might be.
This is one of those things that makes Hitchcock great. Attention to details, the reality juxtaposed with the fantasy. What made this movie so scary at the time of its release is that it was real for the people watching it.
The Pitfalls.
One of my least favorite things about watching older movies is the accent. They all talk the same, and it was a taut speaking style. No one talks like this in real life. It takes me out of a movie as much as a wayward boom mic in the shot. Some of the effects don't hold up. The composite shots of the birds, especially in the school scene, are just not great. There's also weird cuts like this one. Now keep in mind, we didn't change that edit. They were wanting a shot of the birds flying away faster, and they tried it and it didn't work. It didn't work.
In conclusion,
I put this movie in the same boat as Jaws. You see what I did there with the boat? The boat, it's the same boat as Jaws. A horrific animal movie set around the water. As much as Hitchcock influenced Spielberg, I like Jaws better. The birds is scary when it needs to be, and moves a lot faster than other Hitchcock movies. But something about it just doesn't quite hit the nail on the head for me. I'm Evil Mason, I like movies, and I'll see you next time on